So the next battle that I want us to talk about is Omega.E. Some people know him as Emmanuel, but for his battle name, Omega.E versus Shawn. And Shawn is an athlete that's been following T3 for a while, and I've heard of his name, but I haven't gotten to see what he can really do until about a month ago, where he posted this compilation video of really difficult passes that he's been doing recently, and I've been seeing him do double whip double, triples that seemingly look easy, and combinations like that. And I was like, okay, he's one of those. He looks dangerous. He looks like he can really do something. This is somebody that has to. I got to get him on the T3 platform.
Right.
I think he definitely has the skill set for it, for sure. I know when we first told Omega.E about it, he was like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Not like he's scared or anything like that, but he knows that he's going to have to work a little bit, to battle Shawn. You know what I mean? And I think Shawn, having the skills that he has, like the triples and these unique combinations, is going to make Emmanuel work harder, more so than he had to against, Rashad. You know what I mean? In his past battle night battle. So I think he has kind of a stronger motivation for battling somebody that's like, okay, if I slouch, this is somebody that can actually beat me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean, and I think this is a classic case of matches. The styles can make the battle, right?
For sure.
I'm not super familiar with Shawn's tumbling, but through conversations from me and you, and then maybe a video here and there that I've seen, it sounds like he's really a good twister. Yeah. So he's really good at that. Now, Emmanuel does have Omega.E does have some good twisting as well, but I think his best shot is going to be not to try to play that game, but play at his strengths. And so we know Omega.E is a power tumbler, so he has the double somersaults.
Right, for sure.
And I think the best thing that he can do is to really focus on those things that he's good at, and then maybe sprinkle some of the twisting in there, I think is what his best shot is. And of course, the same thing goes for Shawn. With Shawn, he might have some double somersaults, but it's kind of how we were talking about with the other battles. When you don't post, there's that ambiguity. There's that mysteriousness, which is actually kind of scary because you don't know what they're going to bring out.
Right, for sure.
You couple that with with the competitive nature and the Shawn really wanted to battle. Yeah. You're going to get somebody that's going to come out really fiercely, and you don't know what they're coming out with.
Yeah. And I know that they know each other. I've seen them go live before. They've spoken, to each other. I believe they've met in person, have maybe tumbled together. I know they know each other. So I think this is going to be another case, just like the Michaela and Blake battle, where it's you have two people that know each other, but I know that neither one of them are coming to lose. You know what I mean? What I will say is that Omega.E is looking especially dangerous right now. I've always felt like he's always been one of those people. If he took the time to train, he's gonna be very difficult to beat. And I feel like the kind of trajectory he's been on lately, we've been starting to see that. You know what I mean? He's been throwing triples more on rod. I've been seeing him do double whip doubles on spring. You know what I mean? I've seen him do it more than once. And if you couple that with the double somersaults, then that makes him a more dangerous tumbler, because then it turns into, I can do what you do, and I'm still a specialist at what I do at the same time. And that's something that Shawn is definitely going to have to watch out for. So I hope he's taking this seriously. Yeah. I hope he's training. I don't want to see a 3-0 either way. You know what I mean? I want it to be a matchup to where people are, each of them are taking it seriously and putting their best foot forward. But if Shawn is sleeping on the kind of grind that he's been seeing Omega.E do, then he's gonna have a long night. He's gonna have a long night. Yeah. So I would definitely say I hope that he's training, like you said, just like how Omega.E doesn't know what Shawn has, neither do we. You know what I mean? Right. I just can go off of what I've seen him do in the past. So if he has been training and he's able to not only do the passes that I've seen, but if he can tumble at that level consistently, right? Because we don't know with Instagram, you know what I mean? I don't know if that's attempt number 1 or attempt number 10. You know what I mean? Yeah. But if he can tumble at that level consistently, then I see this being a really good battle from both sides.
And feeding off of what you said, I think that brings an interesting conversation which I think is an important thing for us to talk about, is how cheer tumbling is different than power tumbling, and how power tumbling is different than, artistic gymnastics, right?
Yeah, for sure.
It's difficult because cheerleaders are often limited with what they can throw, right? But this is a good thing because T3 gives them a platform to have a reason to do these bigger skills, and now we really get to see the full potential of a lot of these athletes, right? So with Emmanuel being power tumbler, and then recently really being involved with cheer, you start to see his twisting on the spring floor, like the double whip doubles and the triple. You see all that stuff starts to come out more now with Shawn having this about knowing he's coming up against a power tumbler for a T3 event where there's essentially no limit to what you can do on the floor. I think it'll be very interesting to see what he comes up with, And I mean, even athletes going forward, knowing that, you may have an athlete that's, throwing full and full outs. What is the other discipline going to do to cover that? And I think we'll start to see a lot of crossover in styles, which is, I think, a really good thing that T3 is going to start bringing out of people.
Yeah, for sure. And that's something that I'm excited for too, because I think that a lot of people make this mistake when they first battle. Like they'll hop in and they think that how I am right now is enough. You know what I mean? Until you get into the ring and then you realize like, oh no, I probably should have prepared better. Like this isn't what I thought it was. Like you have to treat every opponent that you're going against like they're capable of 3-0ing you. Like that's the best way to go into any battle. You know what I mean? And I just hope that this is a situation where both athletes are kind of looking at it like, I have an opponent to prepare for. I have somebody that has an insane skill set that's capable of, getting a win over me if I slouch.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take this seriously, and I'm going to go into this battle with preparation in mind and strategy in mind, and having a bit of a game plan. I don't want them to have that ego of like, well, I already feel like I tumble good enough, so that's it. And I feel like that's something that can hurt either one of them if they just get too complacent with what they have right now. And I say that to say, to piggyback off of what you're saying, is that when you step into this world and you get to move away from cheer, or you get to move away from power tumbling and stuff like that, there has to be a willingness to step out of that comfort zone that you've gotten used to. And that usually comes with knowing that you have tough competition. You know what I mean? To be able to say, look, I don't usually tumble on spring floor, I'm usually on rod. Now I have a reason to be on spring floor, and this is the new way that I'm going to start training so that I can be, in tip-top shape for this battle, and vice versa. I'm used to tumbling on spring floor where I have to usually stop 2 times in a spin. So how unique can I get with these combinations? If I'm not going to double somersault, can I add a punch back? Passes like double, punch full, punch double, to me, creativity-wise, is on par with something like a double tuck. You know what I mean? Like I don't know a lot of people that can do double tucks that can do that pass. You know what I mean? So, he would have to, just think strategically, like we were talking about before, endurance, stamina, not giving away too much in the first round so you can still have, more to give of yourself in the other rounds. And I'm really hoping for a good battle, man. And I'm really looking forward to like a face-off between these two, because I kind of feel like I'm responsible for this battle. I kind of egged this on because I was like, Emmanuel, why don't... Oh, crap. I said Emmanuel. Omega.E, why don't you battle Shawn? And then he was like, I don't want to battle Shawn. You know what I mean? I don't want to battle Shawn. It's too easy. You know what I mean? He was like, it's too easy. And then they got on Instagram Live one day, and it was him and Shawn. And then I got in there. I was like, hey, Shawn, he's ducking you. He was like, hey, he said you ducking me. He was like, oh no, I'll battle you. I'm not ducking you. I'll battle you right now. And I'm like, all right, so June 8th, we'll make it.
Professional instigator is in the job description, right?
Hey man, you got to. But I do genuinely think that they would be, a good matchup. And I think it's good that they know each other. I feel like, they're gonna have that good, friendly, competitive nature within this battle, to where it's like, I know you, we're homies, but I'm trying to beat you. Similar to the Rashad match. And that's something that we didn't speak about yet either. I mean, Omega.E, this is going to be his second match
Yeah.
in T3. So he definitely has gotten some battle experience against Rashad. So maybe he has like a better idea of like strategy or a game plan going into this that maybe Shawn doesn't. Since he hasn't yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I can say this just based off of Omega.E's reaction from that last battle. He actually wasn't satisfied with that win. And I think that speaks to the competitive nature that he has. That he wants there to be a clear-cut winner. He thought it was a bit close, and he doesn't want there to be any doubt.
Right.
He doesn't want there to be any doubt. But I'll transition into kind of battle predictions, and I mean, I do feel like I'm kind of repeating myself with it's going to be a 3-2 or 2-3.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's why the matches are. It's good matchmaking.
Yeah, it's a good
right?
card.
It's supposed to be. Close like that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, of course, I can't speak with certainty, but
right.
If I were a betting man, then I'd have to go. I think Omega.E pulls it out with the 3-2 win.
Okay.
I think perhaps the power tumbling and the cheerleading experience all together kind of gives him that edge.
Right.
I do think. Typically, cheerleaders are used to tumbling with the fatigue, right? We've talked a lot about having that stamina to be able to throw, up to 4, 5, 6 passes, right?
Right.
I think that gives Shawn a really good chance. That plus he's a really good twister, with his bounding twisting. So he probably has the stamina edge over Emmanuel, but I think. As for, having the big skills, that gives you more of an opportunity for combination passes. That just opens up more creativity. So I think that's where he kind of edges it out, but it could honestly go either way.
Yeah. So where I am, like if I'm just looking at it as it is right now, me having the information that I have about Omega.E, knowing the new stuff that he just kind of pulled up in his last battle, and knowing that, this is actually a bigger space than the last battle night. Meaning that he has more room to throw bigger skills. Just looking at it like that, I would give Omega.E the edge. However, I don't know the full skill set and capability of Shawn. I don't. Because up until I saw that video, I didn't know he was like that. You know what I mean? Once I saw that video, I was like, okay, I see something now. I see you can do this. You know what I mean? Like you're one of those that's doing this sport right now. And like I said, I don't know what his preparation is going into this, and I don't know what combinations he may have had that he hasn't posted yet, or what he's been working on in the tuck. I don't know if he's done double somersaults, but just looking at it on, with the information I have now, I have Omega.E with the edge. But I do say that if Shawn actually takes this battle seriously and treats it like a battle, and he's training and he can consistently perform at that level that I saw in that video that day, then it can possibly be a 3-2 either way. And, Emmanuel's, I'll get better at it, bro. I'm so used to calling Emmanuel. But I think Omega.E is gonna have a tough night. But I don't think it's gonna be easy. I don't think Shawn's just gonna give it away. As long as both of them come like fully prepared and they're like landing these passes and they're consistent with their performance, I think this is gonna be a good one, man. I think this is gonna be a good match.
Yep.
For sure. And I know Omega.E really wants this because he says, I want a Summer Battle Royale plate. So I think he feels like he wants to come out here and prove something like, nah, I'm ready for tougher competition. And I think Shawn has something to prove too, because, he doesn't want to lose against, one of the homies. You know what I mean? It's like, look, I know you. I know what you can do. Let's do this battle. It's going to be fun, but I'm going to try to get you out of here, man. I'm going to try to get you out of here. So, so that's how I have it.